This is a cigar box guitar that I built. I felt like it was a pretty easy way of building it, and there are a lot of videos on YouTube about how to build a cigar box, and they claim to be the easiest way. And what I've noticed is they all seem to have the thing in common that everyone thinks the easiest way is based on whatever tools that they're comfortable with. So some videos use a bandsaw, some videos use, well, whatever tools the people have laying around. My challenge was to make one using nothing more than you could use on most Swiss Army knives. So simple drilling, simple sawing. This is the one I've already built, and if you look at the neck, you'll see it's composed of alternating strips of poplar and oak. Why poplar and oak? Because that's what they had at the store. The hardware, pretty standard, using a eye bolt for the bridge, just using a bolt for the nut. Cheap tuners off eBay, or maybe from CB Giddy. They're good people. I have bought quite a bit of stuff from there. Now, the way I built this and what the features that have to go into a box like this, I'll show the one that I'm about to build. I'll take this out of the way. The next one I'm building is in this box. Cheap box I bought in a secondhand store someplace. I love the nature of the box. It's rejects, so I'm going to play with it a lot, making everything just a little bit off, but hopefully still playable. This artwork is actually just a temporary tattoo that I stuck on there and sprayed down with urethane. Hopefully it'll hold up. But now, the real construction. What we have down here is the unassembled neck. I put it together in layers because that's how I'm going to glue it. Right here in the middle you have the pickup. If you're going to use an electric pickup, which again this is a cheap one, just bought off of, I'm not sure where I bought it, but maybe $5. Very affordable, very cheap. One of the problems though, if you take a just straight stick and run it through the box, by the time you put the pickup into it, it needs a place for the pickup to sit because the pickup has thickness, so you end up having to cut a hole. So traditionally, if you have a router, you can just route a space out for it. If you don't have a router, then you have more problems. Get my tuners out of the way. So I'm flip this over on the side here, and you can see it's just a stack of strips of wood. For my own use, I've written on them. You can probably, hopefully that's in focus. You can see I've written the function of each piece, so that when I glue them, I'll make sure I'm doing everything right. Now, the top piece is going to be the fretboard. It's oak. I got a little bit fancy and beveled it. I've covered it in masking tape because when I glue them, it makes the cleanup easier. Next piece down, this is just the middle layer on the front of the body, another layer on the body, and the base layer of the neck. At the back we have very similar. Now, in the back, in the box where the bridge is going to go, because this is a flimsy box, I want to have support under the bridge. I want to have support every place that's going to be pushing down on the lid of the box, because I think this might actually be cardboard. So I've actually already glued in a couple of strips of wood to make it a little bit stronger on the inside. And doing similar things with the back of this. The piece of wood that will be sticking out the back of the box will go up all the way to where the bridge will come across. But you can see that each of these stack up. Once they're glued together, I'll wind up with a cutout for the pickup. There will be a gap. This area will not be supported. This will give the top of the box some room to move, some room to act as a soundboard. So it's really pretty simple. You just measure out the lengths, figure out where you want everything to go, glue things together. Now on the bottom, I'm going to use another piece down at the bottom to brace this, so that when I put the pieces together, something like that on both sides, where the cutout for the pickup goes, there will be more support. Once I get them glued together, because the pickup is wider then because the pickup is wider than the neck, I'll have to glue a couple of wings on the side to give the pickup someplace to mount. That'll add a little bit more strength and stability through this section as well. And I might, maybe, depends on how I feel, put another strip or two of wood across the bottom right in that area just so there'll be enough bracing underneath. But really, there you go. It's easy. At the end, I'm going to use these inline pickup, or tuners rather, and they'll just go in at, stick them in the side at the top of the neck, drill 3 holes sideways, 3 holes down to meet them. Sort of a slot head approach, but really, this isn't rocket science. This is not anything hard. Don't make it harder than it should be. If you have a bandsaw, use a bandsaw. If you have a pocket knife, use a pocket knife. The beauty of cigar box guitars is that there's no wrong. As long as it plays, you've done it right. So figure out what you want out of it, put it together to get that, and it'll be good. You'll have fun. Hopefully people will like it. So anyway, that's my take on it. I'll make another video once I get this beast assembled and show you how it worked.